Hey guys, SMZ here, and we're back playing Great Shadow Legends. Guys, I've done it. I've finally gotten this medal. The one that's earned by defeating the Ice Golem Hard 10 in under 35 turns. It's one of the most difficult ones to get, and I have come up with a team concept that does it really nicely. And it does it in very few turns, and that helps because right now the Ice Golem Turn Attack tournament is going on for the Titan event. So I've been using the Artak team for the longest time. I think that's a pretty standard team, but a lot of people have been using by now with the Seer, Wave Clear and Reset, and then Artak takes over. So the Artak team does it in around a minute, and it takes around 40 to 45 turns. Now this new team concept that I have, it's pretty cool. Let me clarify from the get-go that this is not a team that's going to be for everybody. This is a very end-game team, and it has champions that are not free to play. Marius, hopefully everybody can get one day. He's in the missions. Missions are quite difficult, and it's difficult to obtain, but you can get him. And then there are three epics. Epics in general are easier to obtain than legendaries, but it does have two void epics. If you are lucky enough to have these champions, then this team should work. I have Kaimar for the reset. You could technically also use Renegade. So let's quickly do a run, and let me walk you through how this team works. We go into wave 1. We are using just A1s from Geomancer and Maneater. Marius will go with his A2. Notice I did not use the A3 for the self buff because I want to save that for the second wave. Kaimar is not resetting right now. So now Marius will put on the buffs, but he will still not use his A2. Seer uses her nuke now. Geomancer puts on the HP burn. Maneater puts on unkillable and block debuffs to avoid the freeze, and we use his retaliation hits against him. He's down to very low health. What do we do now? We just will now reset and go again to kill him. 24 turns. The best I've gotten is 22. It goes around between 22 and around 27 or 28 turns. Very quick. This is an incredible team that works. I've done around 15 runs. It hasn't failed once. Sometimes as I said, it might take up to 29 turns, and then the runtime would be around 45 seconds, but it works. Very cool concept where we are using a few champion combinations. We're using Man-Eaters, unkillable, so that we don't die from the retaliation hits, and we're using Geomancer's HP burn to make sure that we are using Ice Golem's retaliation hits against himself. So let me quickly show you the presets because it's very important for this fight. Marius on the first wave, we are just going for the A2 once and then just using the A1. On the second hit, we're using his A3, giving the buffs for Seer to strip, and otherwise saving the A2. And then on round 3, we just, very importantly, go directly for the A2. Do not self-buff with A3, because then your unkillable will run out, and that's not something we want. For Seer, she is saving her Karma Burn for the first wave, just giving Weaken for Marius to hit hard. For the second wave, she is using the Karma Burn, using Marius's buffs. So they work nicely in tandem. And on the boss, just use Karma Burn when available, others doesn't matter. Kaimar, basically, we want to save the Seal of Magic. That's all. And then because Kaimar is my fastest champion, when the round 3 starts, boss fight, I do A1 as an opener, and then I use Seal of Magic so that they can do the hits once. Geomancer, I just use the A1s, I save the other abilities, and then I use A3 on the boss. He will auto-target the boss with the A3, which is very nice. I turn off the A2s because I do have him in reflex, so he can come back to his ability again if needed. And then Man-Eater, similarly, we are saving his Ancient Blood for round 3. So that is the setup. Now, if you can't farm Hard 10, does this team also work for Ice Golem 20, for example? The answer is yes, it does. But I have a slightly faster team than this as well, which I'll showcase right out of the gate. So pretty similar concept. Waves are much easier in 20, so they die faster. I know this team can be speed tuned to make sure we get even fewer turns, but I just wanted to share this with you as fast as I can so we can take advantage of the ongoing tournament. Yep, so we are just basically using his retaliation hits against himself. I have Marius and 9-piece Slayer, so sometimes the Slayer sets procs, which makes it even faster. 15 turns, 30 seconds. And I have a different variation of this team for Ice Golem 20, which is this one, which instead of using Maneater, we bring in Ghostborn so that our wave clear is faster. So for the wave clear, we will now not need Marius anymore. Reset, timer resets on the wave 2 because we won't be needing the reset on the boss, because boss should die because of the decreased defense already so far down, and one, or in this case 2 hits are enough to kill him. 14 turns, just 15 seconds. Incredible team. And let me quickly walk through the resets on this second variant as well. So Marius, we are not restricting him on wave 1 because we will get reset, and wave 2 we just want him to do his A1, and then wave 3 he can just self buff and then go for the nuke. Ghostborn, nothing for wave 1. Wave 2, I am saving this ability because I want to use this for the boss. Seer, nukes on wave 1, nukes on wave 2, and again nothing on wave 3. And then very similar for Geomancer, where, to be honest, here I can even allow him to use this, but then he gets too much turn meter, he goes again. He basically takes an extra turn when it's not needed. So that's why I use A1. Same thing on wave 2, on wave 3, just use this. Do not use your A2. Kaimar in this team will reset on wave 2 and not wave 3. I just don't want him to use this. Again, you can, doesn't really matter. So there you go, guys. Those are the two teams for Ice Golem 20 and Ice Golem Hard 10, which allows you to do this turn attack tournament very quickly, and hopefully more of you can gain this nice looking medal as well. As for the builds of these champions, I've shown my Marius many times over. 9-piece Slayer set can be improved even more, but I have a 6-star blessing, so it makes him extremely powerful. Very powerful looking Marius, 616k defense, 254 speed, and high crit damage as well. And I have Crushing Rend, and I have the damage masteries with Helm Smasher as tier 6. I have a Kaimar in a damage build because I use him for campaign farming, and I used to use him for the Fire Knight. So for him, what matters most is just the speed. I have him as the fastest champion. Otherwise, yeah, other stats don't matter as much for Kaimar. Ghostborn for the second team, again, high speed. You have to make sure that he goes before your Seer, and that's all that matters. Geomancer was in the vault for me for a long time. He used to be in basically every team for me at the start, and then for a while, I've not used him. So it's the same build that I had on him back in the day, which was in the Reflex set. So he can get around to his A3 as quick as he can. Very fast, very high accuracy. You don't need this high. I don't know why. I think I used him or experimented with him with the Sand Devil back in the day. That's why the accuracy is so high. You don't need him this high. 350 odd is more than enough. You need to make sure that he is faster than Marius, because on the Hard 10 team, he needs to go first, Maneater second, and then Marius. Him and Maneater can also swap, but not Marius needs to go after the two. Seer, again, I have her. I didn't show Geomancer's. I Phantom Touch, again, not the best blessing for him. I should change him around, maybe even Cruelty. And then Eagle Eye, again, I was using him for a very high accuracy. You can use a different blessing here as well. Seer, I have with Flawless Execution, Crushing Rend, and in a Savage set, 257 speed, high crit damage. That's all that matters. Maneater, again, it's not even rolled up because, again, he was in the vault. All that matters for him is that his speed needs to be high enough that he goes before Marius. That's literally all that matters for Maneater. So yeah, that's the team. Hopefully this will help you guys with making your Ice Golem Hard 10 teams a bit faster and maybe get out of using Artak. So yeah, hopefully this has been helpful. Thank you very much for watching, and please do like and subscribe. It's a fairly new channel, and every bit counts. So thank you very much, and see you next time.